read a wonderful story about a young man that had to fight a giant.
How'd she know? She always knows. Apple for the teacher.
Tell you a story about a young man who had to fight a giant. His name, oh yes, a giant named Goliath. He was a Philistine. The young man, his name was David. All of the army of Israel were afraid of Goliath because he was the most powerful. He was the champion of the Philistines. He was a beast of a man. And David was just a young 13-year-old boy, a shepherd to be exact. But he had the courage of God, and he walked with that courage. Even when the men looked at him and laughed, because you know what David had the nerve to say?
What?
He said, I will take down the giant. The men laughed at him. He went to the king and he said, I will defend the word of the Lord. I will fight for everything Israel stands for. Do you know what the king did?
What?
He said, but you're just a young boy. You cannot fight a Philistine, a giant. But children have power. Do you know what he said? He said, I am a shepherd. I killed a lion that tried to attack my sheep. I killed a bear who tried to attack my sheep. And I will slay the giant.
Why did you want to fight the giant?
Because the giant was against our God. The giant mocked everything we believe in God who created the universe, in our God who created man from clay. They mocked our God, they mocked our belief, and they wanted to slay our people, our ancestors from long ago. Do you know what happened?
No.
The king said, you have never fought in war. You are just a youth. And you are going to fight a man that has been a warrior since his youth. Do you truly believe you can win? And David said yes. So the king got an armor and gave it to David. And the king got a sword and gave that to David. And David tested these things. He did not like them. He said, this is not what I fight with. And the king looked amazed. The king said, if you do not use that, what will you slay the giant with? You know what he pulled out?
What?
A slingshot. And he had a bag of stones. And he walked out on the field. And when the giant saw what was coming to him, what was supposed to represent Israel, do you know what the giant did?
What did I do?
He laughed. He thought of David as a mockery. He knew he was going to defeat this boy. But our God was with David. David looked at that beast, and he said to him, "My God is with me, and I will slay you." He reached into his bag, and he pulled out a stone. He put it into his slingshot, and he released that stone, and it hit the giant dead center in the forehead, and the beast was slain. David defeated the giant. And there is another part to this story, because David was very confident. Very confident. He brought 4 stones with him in his bag. And he was confident. He knew in his heart that he would slay the dragon, the giant, with 1 stone. So don't you ask a question? Don't you say, if David was so confident, if David knew he would slay the giant with 1 stone, don't we ask, why did he bring 4 stones?
I think because he might have thought that 1 stone wasn't power enough.
But children have power, and God was with David. Do you know why he brought 4 stones?
Why?
1 was for Goliath, and he heard that Goliath had